Hey, how's it going? So recently I showed my updated EDC pouch that I carry with me every day, no matter what type of bag that I built. And this is gonna be another one of those items. So this is my basic med kit. So this is not a trauma kit. It doesn't have any trauma related items in here. So don't come at me with needing a tourniquet and all that. I will be building a trauma kit that will be for my car bag and for my bug out bag. But for my everyday carry, this small little kit is all I need and is probably all you need for a med kit. So this kit was on Amazon, or the pouch was on Amazon. It's got a mole system on the back to attach it to a MOLLE system. And the pouch was only about $10, I think. So it is a cheaper pouch. The only thing I have about this pouch that I don't like about it are the zippers. The zippers are, they're okay. They're mediocre. They're not the nicest zippers in the world, I'll give you that. This does come with a big D-ring. I did take it off. I don't need the D-ring. If you need it, it comes with it. So I did pack this thing to the max, and one of the reasons I finally got this pack actually was because it clamshells, and a lot of small pouches like this don't usually clamshell. So we're gonna open it up. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna spill out. First thing I have on top are three main items. Well, not really main items, but three things for nutrition. I have liquid IV, so this is going to be kind of like your emergency hydration, tons of electrolytes, multivitamins, things of that nature. Next, I have goo gel. So this is definitely a great thing to keep on you. It's got a little bit of caffeine in it. It's got some sodium, some amino acids, calories, carbs. It's just a quick little pick-me-up, essentially. Go ahead and turn these around. These I keep in here just in case. These are just two emergency tablets. They're called survival tabs. Pretty calorically heavy for the size, and they don't taste bad. I do taste everything before I keep it in a kit, so none of this stuff it's all pretty decent for me. I love chocolate though. If you don't like chocolate, they have tons of other flavors. All right, I got a lot in this kit to break down. So this is just a watertight seal. It does have a ring in here, a rubber ring, O-ring. So it is completely sealed. In here, I just have a bunch of medication. I've got ibuprofen, Tylenol, I've got anti-diarrheal, I've got migraine medication, allergy medication, a Benadryl. So I've got a lot of medications in here. Obviously, I only have about 2 of each, but that's what I carry. And I do carry an actual tube of ibuprofen with me usually as well, since everybody always asks to borrow ibuprofen. Next up are it's a pair of nitrile gloves. If you're working on somebody else or even working on yourself and it's a cut or an open wound, I would highly recommend you wear some nitrile gloves. Obviously just a basic med kit necessity. So the other thing I have, one thing you'll notice is down at the bottom here, instead of trying to store it somewhere in a Ziploc bag or anything like that, I just kind of attach it to the kit itself. So I have a small, a medium, and a large needle. And then I've got 2 small safety pins and a large safety pin for whatever you need them for. These here are 2 expanding towelettes. So if you've never heard of these, they're amazing. You can put a few drops of water on it and it's a very sturdy paper towel. Or if you get them wet, it's basically a wet wipe that does not rip. These things are incredible. You need to buy them. They come super cheap in a big pack and they open up to, I want to say, about a 10 by 12 inch wet wipe. So like I said, a couple drops, dry, dunk it in water, wet wipe. Next thing down in here, I've got 2 tabs of Tums and 2 tabs of Pepto-Bismol. Self-explanatory. I have this little bag here just because it's a lot of small stuff. So in this little bag, I have a cough drop, I have a sting relief vial, I've got another small safety pin with a bunch of medical tape wrapped around it. I have a small cardboard cutout with a pretty substantial amount of sewing string in case emergencies you need to stitch something up. Obviously, it's not the intention, or that's not the go-to, but it's there if needed. And then I also have a bunch of waxed dental floss. This serves a multitude of purposes. This is not something I would use in my mouth. This is not, I wouldn't actually use it as dental floss. This can be used anything from a fire starter because it's wax. It'll hold a flame longer than some other just typical strands and strings. If it's really emergency, you can use it to sew, kind of iffy there. Next to that, I have super glue. So this is a small bottle of super glue. This is obviously going to be for some of those deep cuts and nicks. Obviously, this shouldn't be your primary, but again, I kind of have a little bit of everything in here for emergency uses. I have a small titanium whistle in here with some cordage. Beneath that, I have 2 sting relief wipes and 2 antiseptic towelettes. Over here, I don't want to pull everything out, so I'm going to kind of just explain what is in here. In the back pocket here, we have a Ziploc bag with a gauze pad. You've got knuckle bandages, big bandages, medium, small. I also have butterfly closure kits in here. So this is just your wound closure and covering kit. Nothing else is back there, so the only things we have left in here is this small Ziploc bag here that you can see is the Coleman camp sheets. So what they are is you wet them and they turn into soap. There's 5 sheets in there. You can have as many as you want. And then I also have a coffee filter. That coffee filter is part of, not necessarily needed for medical, but coffee filter goes with my water filtration system. So here I just have 2 straws cut. One is a water purifier and the other one is an iodine remover. So you can take that coffee filter, put it over a cup, strain out any large chunks first, and then begin the process of purifying your water. I've got a brand new razor blade here. I've got 2 Q-tips here. This is a tube that I filled full of Vaseline, or white petroleum jelly is what's in there. This is just a Colgate whisk. It's pre-pasted, so just if you need it. I've got a pair of tweezers in here, and this, a lot of people don't know about these, so I'll just go ahead and pull these out. These are called monkey slivers, I believe, or monkey clippers. So they're very thin. I mean, they're smaller than a pair of tweezers. And all you do is you pull that back, and now you have a small pair of nail clippers, and there is a file on the back. So I think that is I think it's incredible for the size. Beneath that, we have 2 burn cream packets and 2 triple antibiotic packets. And then the last part of this is I have about 8 square feet of tinfoil down there. Mass amount of uses for tinfoil, so I keep it down here. This kit, like I said, basic first aid kit with a couple small survival aspects, if you will. But yeah, that is my take on a very small EDC basic medical kit. And the reason I created something like this is most of your typical medical kits, all they have is a pair of gloves, 5,000 band-aids, usually only 3 different sizes, and 100 antiseptic wipes. So I wanted to create something that was a little more in-depth while not getting some big plastic kit. So for me, this is what I use on a day-to-day basis if needed, hopefully not, or something that I can give to other people if they need that. So let me know what else you would add or what I'm missing, because I'm sure I'm missing something.